Look, progressives need to continue to push to do what's needed for the American people. Let's listen to Katie Porter, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Congresswoman, what are you going to do Thursday? All along, Speaker Pelosi said you're going to have to link the two bills together. She's changed her tune. What are you going to do? How are you going to vote?
Well, we can't decide how we're going to vote because we simply are not done with the negotiations. So I know it's difficult, it's challenging, it's nerve-wracking for all of us, but this is Congress doing its job. The House here has done its work. We've marked up these bills. We've had debates in committee. We've put our offer on the table, which is an offer that will make sure that we have a strong and stable economy that's globally competitive for years to come. And so the goal now here is to get the Senate to begin to negotiate. And once they start negotiating, then we can move forward and take both votes for the infrastructure bill and for the reconciliation bill.
You've got $1 billion package in hand. If you don't sign that, if you walk away from it, it could end up costing Democrats the midterms and the next presidential election, which costs a whole lot more than what's in this $3.5 trillion package.
Well, let's remember that infrastructure alone is not going to give the job creation that we need to have an economic recovery. About 90% of those infrastructure jobs will go to men, and these are good, important, high-paying jobs, and I support them. But if we want to continue to govern and lead, and we want to continue to support President Biden, then we need to pass the agenda that he ran on. And that is an agenda that means 2 free years of community college. It's an agenda that supports child care. It's an agenda that recognizes the crisis that senior care and elder care, home and community-based care is creating in this country, and it's dealing with climate change, and particularly with younger voters. If we don't do something that is urgent and really necessary on climate change, I don't think we'll see younger voters get out to the polls at all, much less to support, either party. So I think that we are doing the right thing here, which is we are in the crucible, we are having the conversations, the legislation is being negotiated, and that's how this process should work. What we need to see is the Senate coming to the table with a bill that they are comfortable supporting. Where are their 50 votes? Because we have the votes in the House for both the reconciliation bill and the infrastructure package. The Senate needs to tell us where they are, and then we can negotiate and we'll get them both done.
Let's be clear. Let's be very clear. Progressives must not get rolled here. Too often, remember, Donald Trump got more votes in 2020 than Hillary Clinton got in 2016. Where did those votes come from? We got a whole bunch of poor people to vote. We promised them it would be different. We got a whole lot of young people to vote. We promised them it would be different. We got a lot of non-voters to vote. We promised them it would be different. In other words, these are people that think their vote doesn't matter. If we go along and do not force the hands to make sure that the policies that are passed, not the policies in the infrastructure bill, the policies in the infrastructure bill always supports the same kind of people. A lot of men, a lot of people that will get good jobs and so forth, but the people who need to be built up continue to be the antiseptic slaves in our society. It is time for us to stop that. It is time for us to reward those who actually do the work. It is time for us to reward everyone. These people came out and vote. So therefore, progressives should do one specific thing. 2 bills or no bill. And you say, well, if we don't get any bill, we will lose, the Democrats will lose the Senate, House, and the presidency in 24. You're right. But if you just pass that one infrastructure bill that only protects that little mass of people, the same will occur. Everybody loses. So the thing about it is this: the only leverage progressives have is, do you want us all to grow together, or we all fall together? And I tell you what, falling together is a threat more so to those who don't want to fall than to those who have constantly fallen and fallen and fallen. 2 bills or no bill.
we spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.